People, welcome to another edition of that thing it's happening frenzy that we all know and love, usually known as WWE SuperCard. Me, Big Jim, here at BadLadDad HQ. Now, it's Saturday. It is the Road to Glory Rusev Day. And I'm not feeling it, I have to say, I'm not feeling it. We've got a new tier due. Got a lot of Titan cards knocking around at the moment. This heroic mode, though, it's just... I've got a few thoughts on heroic mode. Two concerns, really. Two quite valid and I think quite big concerns about heroic mode. Firstly, you've got to play the game 4 days non-stop. More than ever before, you've got to give so much time to it to get the full heroic mode in the 2 weeks, which is, in real life, is just not possible. Secondly, what worries me more isn't so much the people in Titan tier already who are maybe going to miss out to people who are also in Titan tier and are going to have slightly better event cards. It's the people just starting the game. You can't forget and you can't ignore the fact that there are people who are just signing up for the game. They're just getting started and they're just sucking into it. I mean, we didn't start playing here at BadLadDad HQ till about 3 months into Season 1. But within a very short space of time, in Season 1, you were able to get yourself to a fairly decent level because it was a lot simpler then. Now, there's so many tiers and so many high-ranking cards. And I mean, it took me a while to get to Titan, unless you're prepared to buy a lot of packs, as you know. It takes you a while now to get to the top tier. And if, so it's going to take you 2 months to get to the top tier, and by the time you get there, people have not only got event cards, they've got these heroic event cards. You're kind of going to want to give up before you've even started, aren't you? So it worries me what effect this is going to have on people who've just started playing. I mean, if you yourselves have just started playing in the last couple of months, you've got that initial excitement of, oh, yeah, you can collect some cards and you get better cards and get better team and everything. But looking at Titan tier from whatever level you're at right now must just be like over the mountains and far away. You must be thinking, what have I got to do to try and get up there? So I do worry about what effect this is going to have overall on the game, and I think it's reflected as well as there's an awful lot of anger out there at the moment, a lot of anger around the game and around things going on in the game, which wouldn't be there if we were all enjoying playing the game. An awful lot of people seem to be quitting and then maybe coming back and then leaving again and what have you, and many other things going on. There's a lot of drama going on. A lot of anger, as I mentioned, and I just think if the game was looking after itself, then the community would be in a far better mood, would be able to cope with things a lot better. So I've got some major concerns really about the longevity of the game, and yeah, I think we'll go into Season 5 because obviously they've made a lot of money out of Season 4 with all these new things that have come out, all these special candy cards and the pumpkin cards at the back end of Season 3 and what have you, the Christmas cards. There's cards everywhere. But I just think longer term, I just feel, well, perhaps we've gone over the peak and we're now beginning to sort of tumble downhill. And what you do tend to find with a lot of mobile games is they do have that peak time when everyone thinks, yeah, it's a fantastic game and they want to get stuck in. Then inevitably, as happens with all these games that are free to start off with, but then you can pay to get certain things, there's more and more things that you can pay for and less things that you play for. And eventually, it's just that 2 or 3% of people who are prepared to chuck a lot of money at it, who are keeping the game going. And it's the major fan base who signed up in the first place who kind of drift away because they just can't keep up. It's that simple. That's the inevitability of mobile games and all these pay-for games. Do you remember the days when you could buy something and it was yours? That was it. You had it on all the functions. That was it. You didn't have to pay for anything else. It was yours. I mean, even like general software. I remember I'm about 3,000 years old. When I first had a computer, you had something like Microsoft Word. You had Microsoft Word. It was yours. You kept it. Now you buy an annual subscription. The same with Adobe. You know, things that you used to be able to buy and you owned it. Now you're just kind of renting it for a year. And that's the way these people make their money. And yes, they've got to make the money to sustain what they do and what have you, but there needs to be a certain level where you're getting value for money. And as soon as you feel you're not getting value for money, or indeed you're being priced out of the market and you can't afford to get what you need to succeed with that particular software, whether it's a game or something you need for work or whatever, you're not going to use it. You're going to give up. That's what worries me. So I'm afraid I'm giving it a big thumbs down for heroic mode. I think it's a bit of a failure because it's expecting too much of people. It's expecting people to pay a lot of money if they want to try and whiz through it. And believe me, you can't whiz through it. You've still got to put the hours in. And I think it's going to alienate the starters and the people in the lower tiers. That's just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. Let me know your comments, as usual, down below. And let's get a bit of a discussion going. Having said all of that, I do have... Well, let's have a look at Road to Glory. I mean, it's Saturday evening here in the UK. And as you can see, I've not struggled. It's been like a painful process. Still on the first run through. Still got quite a bit to do. I mean, it's doable, but do I want to spend the rest of my weekend doing this? I'm not sure that I do, to be quite honest. I have just pulled another Titan, which is quite nice, and it's the American Dream Big Dusty, which gives me a Pro, as you can see. And what that does is, on my Road to Glory deck, rather than a deck that's powering up, I've pretty much got everyone in that is at the top of the range. So as you can see, if you consider Dusty will be a Pro, he's that bottom right hand corner, there's only Braun Strowman who's in there as a Monster Pro, who's a non-Titan card, and female wise there's only Charlotte who's a non-Titan Pro. In fact, that shouldn't be Braun, that should be Broccoli. I don't know how Braun matches to Muscle. He's obviously beating him up while I wasn't looking and just muscled in there and taken his place. I think we'll find it should be Brock Lesnar. So basically all my other Monster Pros can start being fed into things. Right, now then, there is a team event on Monday, Tuesday, which is going to give us a female, either Asuka or Nia Jax. I'm pretty much thinking it's going to be Asuka, but it's going to be Asuka or Nia Jax as a single Titan. So, what better time would there to be than to go and collect some Team Battleground rewards and to pull myself a female? I've got to pull a female. Let's have a look and see what I get from this. We're back in Titan tier now after my little faux pas where I was doing a lot of was it team? I think it was the last team event, and I was half asleep. I woke up on the sofa and was like, and I accidentally pressed start when we were in monster mode. We were going for the lower card. That's my own stupid fault. Which we did win that one, but I didn't bother showing you the rewards because I didn't think you'd be interested in that. Anyway, look, here we go. What have I got? Well, it's Monster Central. It's Harper. It's Xavier, and there's a beast coming up, which is, when it wants to come out, Zack Ryder. Well, I've had all those cards before, I think, so I've not even got anything for the catalogue. Credit-wise, that's not too bad, 1,800 credits, which will bring me up, I think I'm about 32,000 now. Let's have a look. Although, of course, it is a while before they release something of a new tier, so I've got 31,975. I said 32,000, didn't I? I was exaggerating. So yeah, they're probably only going to add Titans to the next incarnation of this. So actually, the points are probably meaningless because it has a guaranteed Titan, but not really going to be much use to me. Okay, that's a bit of a downer. Let's go and also open something else that's pretty useless. Let's go to the ticket store. Let's open ourselves a tenner and a 25er and see what we've got. Right, here's the tenner. Elite. I think I've had him as an Elite Pro, but I will double check on that. And Grand Challenge. Just give me 5 Elites. Forget about this Titan thing. Just give me some Pros. Give me some Pros. Give me 10 Elites. No, that's going to be 2 Ultimates, not even things that I'm collecting. If you're wondering what I'm talking about collecting, I'm still filling out the Pros in Elite tier. So if you just go into General Cards, Elite. Oh, there you go, Seth is a Pro. Way! There we go. We can just do ourselves a nice non-properly done Pro, but it doesn't matter because it's just for the catalogue. We should get a little notification come up. There it is, and I'm on 2936 for images in the catalogue. Woohoo! Go me. Right, no, I didn't mean to do that, did I? It always got to come some occasion when I've got to just go onto the main menu, at least once in a video. There's a little fusion there to collect as well, because I've got quite a few fusions going. I think I've done everything up to super rare. I think I've got Cesaro to do, a couple of ultra rares, and then some epics. The only way is epics. And Mr. McMahon, something that you can't pro. Brilliant! That's wonderful. Right, okay, I'll just do a little bit of Road to Glory. A little bit of Road to Glory. I haven't bothered doing any more King of the Ring. Having won that King of the Ring just over a week ago, I've been in 3 King of the Rings, or Kings of the Ring, King of the Ring, who knows? Who knows what the plural is? And not even got out the knockout stage. I'm just facing people who've got all the event cards and, of course, the Money in the Bank cards. I did think perhaps Money in the Bank is the way to go. Get yourself some points from Money in the Bank. Get yourself geared up. There's a new tier coming. You'll be able to get the cards, or at least some cards that way. But that's another mode that I just don't enjoy playing it, I'll be honest. Money in the Bank, because there's no, you don't get to pick at the end of each match. You just basically got to play and play and play and play for days and days and perhaps weeks to get anywhere near getting the points you need for a prize. I've kind of just it's not got me going either. So, big problems. Big Jim's falling out of love with SuperCard at the moment. So it's going to have to do something. WrestleMania 34, let's face it, we get a new tier, there's new cards, we all get a bit excited for a little while, just to see what's going on. And so that you get that bit of an adrenaline rush to get you going again. But I don't know, the other thing I'm wondering, of course, is you get to a Titan Pro and you've got 15 slots you can fill in to improve. And they're all filled now. You get 15 tokens. So what they're going to do with WrestleMania 34? Add some extra slots so you can put more tokens in. Give it 16 tokens. I don't know. What they're going to do? I have no idea. So it'll be obviously the designs. Seeing the designs is a big part of a new reveal. Seeing how many cards there are, it's going to have to be a fairly decent sized tier to keep it live and active for a while, because if it's got a smallish number of new cards, it's not going to take people too long to get themselves pro'd up. And I've seen many people who have been full on their Road to Glory decks for not just weeks but for a couple of months, full of Titan Pros. So you know, I'm a bit slow. I've been a bit slow in that respect. Anyway, look, Jim Hughes is done. In English to do next, if I can really get round to it. So there we have it, people. Let me know your thoughts. Are you feeling like I am at the moment? Or are you just like, oh, no, I love it. What are you talking about? Get on with it. Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're there, you know what to do. Bung a few likes if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. Who knows, it could be the last video. Maybe it's not worth subscribing. Yeah, don't subscribe. Don't bother. Also, social media, where we won't be posting the videos that we're not making anymore. On Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, where there'll always be some banter. Until I see you next time, you stay cool.